Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is Monday, and I would like to announce, not necessarily for me, because my life's still pretty boring, but for the young people of the group chat crew, lockdown's over.
It's over.
These guys might as well be kissing.
Yeah.
They're playing beer pong.
Yeah.
Which is literally
The most germ.
fingers in cups. You drink, I drink, we all drink. You might as well just go with 40 people and all make out with each other.
That's
and
what
put
I
each
did.
other's fingers in each other's
That's what
mouth.
I did. I did a big makeout session this weekend.
And you're fine.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Beer pong.
What's the window? 4
Beer-
days? 5 days?
14.
14 days. That's
Where you
the
can
whole point.
show symptoms?
Yeah.
Oh. 2 weeks of episodes? Okay, so it's over.
What I was telling these guys earlier, for the whites, quarantine is over.
Yeah.
Why is that? You think that's entitlement?
Whites are back, baby.
Yeah.
You think that's white entitlement?
I
That's
think
why-
it's just white privilege.
White privilege. You just moved right into it.
My white body, my choice.
Yeah. And I actually don't care. Like, go for it. I don't do whatever you want. I said this before. It's at this point, it's a free for all. So go live your life. Go play your golf. Go stick your fingers in dirty beer. What do
Yeah.
I care?
Yeah,
Just-
I mean, the reality is, as much as young people are partying right now, which I would say we all know it's been going on since March, but now they're emboldened to post about it. That's all that's changed.
Yeah.
And
You're
so
right.
now everyone's posting about it.
I disagree. I think the first month, I think 99.9% of people took it very, very seriously.
You're saying March 18 to April 18.
Yes, I think that first month, people really took it seriously.
Yeah.
And then I would say, like, for me, I think, when was my first time socializing? It was probably the end of April, early May.
Didn't you
I had
some like parking lot party? Wasn't that it? Or was
no,
it-
that's a
no.
little-
That was
that's
I
a
had
month ago.
I had 3 friends over
Oh.
for dinner.
Wow.
That was probably and maybe May 1st. And then I had Cinco de Mayo with the same 3 friends. And then yesterday I was at a friend's house.
How many people?
It was 4 of us. 4 that came to someone's house.
Are you guys like sitting far apart, or how are you?
We're
treated?
sitting right next to each other.
Got it. Yeah. No
Chatting it
concern.
up.
No concern.
So there's just kind of this added layer of like you wouldn't just go hang out with a bunch of strangers.
No, like I'm not going to where like Pete's going, which is in front of a popular bar and
Fully out in
restaurant.
public and-
full out public.
Where?
I'm not doing. I don't feel comfortable
In
doing
Santa
that yet.
Monica, he's going to the Victorian, which is a bar that has a grassy area in front of it, and it's a free for all. Everyone can buy drinks and sit on the grass.
So for
Drinks.
yeah.
I'm talking drinks,
So
food.
you're just fucking out here.
Out. Like I am.
So
in
I,
it.
I went to Santa Monica Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and we did a walk on the boardwalk. It was packed, but I'll tell you that everyone gave everyone enough space because it was a lot of older people walking at that time of the morning. A lot of surfers jumping into the ocean, kids walking
This is
around.
Santa Monica, right?
Yeah, but
Like by the pier?
but yeah, more south of the pier, more towards Venice. But like it felt fine. Like I felt totally safe. We wore our masks when we were walking, and that's really what it came down to for me. Is that like everyone was pretty distant. People were going around about their day. People were walking around. No one was really like on top of each other. That to me is how it should open up. I know like young people don't care and whatever, that's fine. But like for rest of society,
And you know what's interesting is I actually don't even think it's a problem that the Petes and Taylors are partying their balls off.
No, I don't.
Because they don't live in multi-generation homes,
Yeah.
which is what happened in Italy, which caused the whole crisis to compound.
Totally.
So most people in LA, if you're young, you're most likely a transplant.
Yeah.
You're not living with your parents, your grandparents, your uncles, your aunts. You're living in a shitty 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your other
Oh,
homies.
what the,
Yeah, you
what
guys
the
can all
fuck
do
is
it.
this?
yeah.
I live in a
saying,
nice
yeah.
place.
Not you. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
I mean, other than
Transplant.
us, if you got corona, anyone you come in contact with is also 24.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So no
right.
one cares. Who
And
else?
I- and
you
I'm
don't
only
come in contact
hearing-
with- When's the last time you had a conversation with an old person?
I'm the oldest person you talk to.
I don't know another person older.
Yeah, there's no risk.
And just with the dynamics of, we know California is not going to be at capacity the way some of these other states are.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's never going to be as dangerous as it was.
Yeah.
I like this new. I wish it was like this all the time.
Yeah.
Just mind your business.
I need the 4
Stay away from
restaurants.
me. No. Yeah.
Give me 4.
Yes, I agree. I
Give me
mean,
the 4.
I mean the like, hey, keep your distance.
Yeah,
Like, don't be all up in my.
I think I think it'll make for a lot of experiences actually be more enjoyable, because people are going to mind people's personal space and be mindful of like, like I fly a lot and I would hear like people just coughing and this and like, and they don't care that, for them, it's just like, yeah, so what? I'm sick. You got to deal with it.
Yeah.
But like, you may actually say, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't hop on the flight. Like I sneezed when I was walking today and like the whole neighborhood was looking at me like,
people come out of their front door.
yeah, literally. I heard an old lady say, that was from that inside that house. And I was like, no, that was me, lady.
Oh my
Karen.
God.
But you gotta imagine if we just went 60 days year over year, the number of people who have colds and flus has to have fallen off a cliff.
Oh yeah. And other deaths.
Yeah, like, because I mean, I'm not, knock on wood, I don't really get sick often, but people who do get sick, I'm curious. Like, did you not get sick these last 2 months? Like, there's some people that get sick all the time.
Oh yeah, there's people in our office when every week I'll walk by, I'm like, you're sick again? And they're just, their immune systems are prone to just getting
Keep
sick.
those people at
Well,
home.
and think
Yeah.
about like in our office, like you have these periods where one person gets sick and then 10 people are sick, and everyone in the office is sneezing and coughing and whatever. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
So did all those people dodge it?
Just think about like a corporate bathroom,
Yeah.
like versus sitting at home
Yeah,
and going
yeah.
to your own bathroom.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Oh,
Corporate
yeah,
bathroom.
that's why I go down to floor number 9.
Our bathrooms are gross. Plus,
I
we
don't
have like,
use this
like
Yeah.
construction workers will come in off Wilshire and like, I don't know, 11th floor? Fuck it.
We've got like 4 guys in there,
Yeah.
all in yellow jackets. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. It's just crazy. I really feel like it's going to snowball kind of quickly.
I think I think our first topic is about reopening. Like there are so many states now that have instituted some sort of reopen across the country. And in Scottsdale, restaurants started opening, and there's a big nightclub in Scottsdale called Maya that they're taking reservations for Memorial Day weekend. So I saw the flyer
That's
posted.
this coming weekend?
Yes. It said May 22nd.
Pete's like looking at Southwest flights.
I mean, why don't you
I can
just
afford that.
literally just all they should do is contact trace or whatever everyone that goes to that party and let that be your case study.
Yeah.
Because you could just literally, whoever's there, what happens to them in the next week?
Yeah, and I think, look, California is still kind of holding strong and being very limiting, but I saw a crop load of people at the beaches. I saw people in Santa Monica. I'm hearing people out and about. There's traffic on the streets. So as strict as everyone says California is, it already is starting to... Here's what the government officials know about basic human thinking. We, at the end of the day, are very entitled and privileged, so we don't really follow the rules to begin with. So you kind of have to stick to these very strict rules because everyone's pushing the boundary. Like it says no da-da-da-da, and then people are walking right there where it says no, kicking the sign on the way over. So I think we're there. California, in my opinion, is still handling it the best possible way they can. And you know what? Let Texas, Georgia, Arizona be 3-4 weeks ahead of us. Let's see what happens. And if it's all smooth, cool. Open it back up here too.
Yeah.
That's a better route. Why do you want to be the guinea pig for this?
I agree.
Hell no.
And also, we know more than 50% of the cases in the U.S. came from New York City.
Yeah.
The dynamics of New York City aren't replicated anywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
Georgia spread out, Texas spread out, even LA spread out.
Yeah.
And most of the people with good weather want to be outside, which dramatically reduces your ability to contract any disease.
Yeah.
Plus, imagine New York City in early March with zero care. How close and dirty that is.
Yeah.
Imagine grabbing subway poles and like people were just. Now that seems insane. I wonder what New York looks like now. Has anyone talked to anyone that lives
Ghost town.
Ghost.
Still?
I mean,
When the weather's good, everyone goes to the parks and they're out walking.
Yeah.
But
Just seems like they would be a little shook.
well. Here's I'll just talk about the other topic regarding New York City. They did they tracked a data company tracked anonymously phones in different neighborhoods in New York, and they said in the West Village and the Upper East Side, 40% of those residents have left the city.
So
those are rich people.
Those are rich people have left, and they've gone to, obviously, they said predominantly most people have gone to upstate New York, which means the Hamptons, or east.
Upstate.
East, yeah.
That's not upstate.
Yeah. Well, east, they've gone east, which is the Hamptons. Long Island's a popular destination. Some people have gone to other areas. They track like Martha's Vineyard. And then obviously Florida, people have homes in Florida. But like, as much as everyone wants to like hate on that, if those people quarantined in those homes, in those areas, they actually helped New York City out by leaving.
Yeah.
I just don't see how New York City resumes to what it was, because wealthy people, I know young people will resume going to New York City, go to the bars, sit in the shitty bars in Murray Hill.
Yeah.
The Michigan grads, you know.
Yeah, they love that.
Watch
for
their
sure.
football and basketball there, but like rich, well-to-do, north of 35 with kids aren't coming back.
No.
No, I mean, no.
Because even the rich people that we know with kids, you have to be a billionaire to live like really well in New York City with kids. If you're a millionaire, it's not pleasant.
No, it's whack.
And even a billionaire, like you can't really avoid, unless you're like true billionaire and leaving your penthouse to a SUV to a whatever.
Yeah.
Even our really rich friends that live in New York come in contact with a lot of people and touch a lot of doorknobs. And
Well, I think the other thing is that the excitement of New York City are the people.
Yeah, that's true.
The energy, the bars, the restaurants, walking on the streets. If there is a threat or a sliver of a chance you could get deadly ill, that energy will be sucked out of that city.
Not only that, the people you want to run into, which are the rich people, because you find a new business opportunity or someone interesting to talk to, they're gone.
Yeah.
So you're just going to see a bunch of Michigan and Wisconsin grads playing beer pong. That's the beauty of that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to walk around New York and Soho and run into poor people.
No.
God
my
forbid.
God. Imagine just
Like
New
talking
York.
about Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Like, give me a fucking break.
It's going to be New York just overrun with Pete's and Taylor.
Yeah.
I like it.
You guys
Good
can open
look.
a bar.
Yeah.
Pete's and Taylor's.
Pizza Taylor's.
I wonder what happens because
B&T's.
Chad's and Brad's.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder what happens long term because you're right. New York, people love it there because you're so on top of each other. Because you're breathing in all of each other's shit. Now the thought of that has a whole new meaning.
I think it'll be fine. I think it'll just take a few years. Like, I think there'll be one group of people that feel uncomfortable and will leave. It'll hurt real estate. The city will get hurt by this because Hong Kong saw this post-SARS. You can read about what happened there. It was a calamity for Hong Kong. But Hong Kong did come back, and it's bigger, better than ever. And even through this calamity, there's just people that are going to want to be there. There will be treatments, there will be vaccines, and people will resume back to New York. It's still a financial center. It'll just change. It'll just evolve. And like people probably may not ride the subway as much. They may have to make true bike lanes. You might have to take
But the weather doesn't lend New York City to be able to do some of the things we can.
Yeah.
So like the subway system is necessary because of snowstorms.
Yeah.
You can't drive or ride a bike in the streets in the middle of a blizzard.
Welcome to global warming.
Extremes.
Well, it needs to kick in a little quicker. Needs to get it
I
going.
know, that's what I was-
Yeah,
I don't know. I really think San Francisco and New York City proper are going to be the most affected over the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Because what happens when all these restaurants close out? Like your city just loses its energy.
Yeah.
Like nothing new is opening, obviously.
Yeah.
All of your favorite little New York thing is shutting
Yeah.
down. It's
And
just,
if-
I feel like it could take 5 years.
And if work from home, especially for companies based in New York City, actually materializes in some form, you have no reason to get ripped off and then
Live in a crappy apartment.
crappy apartment paying $6,000 a month. $6,000 a month is a dump in New York City.
Dump.
Yeah, that's true.
Like literally, I've seen 6,000. I'm not even really impressed with 12,000. To be honest with you,
That's why I didn't go to New York. Fuck New York.
Yeah.
you would not be living in New York City.
I would never.
You'd be living in
Jersey.
in Pennsylvania, Short Hill, like some like far off town.
I just wouldn't bother with the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this? There's this new dynamic happening where, masks are like mandatory. And so now, I've even noticed when you walk into Rite Aid, CVS, all that stuff, there's security at the front making sure everyone has a mask. Have you guys dealt with this? Have you had any issues with masks? I mean, like, is this law? Like, can they force you out of a?
So it's similar to no shoes, no shirts, no service.
God.
Right? Like if it's a private business, you can establish some sort of ground rules and probably get away with it. So a mask, I think, probably falls under that. I don't know the laws around that, but that's my thought. Like Uber instituted a no mask, mandatory mask for rider and driver. And it's funny, on Friday, I was telling you guys a story. I've been using Uber and Lyft to just ship packages to people. And I went out to put something in the car and the guy said no. And I'm like, I'm not hopping in the car. He got so freaked out. I was literally putting a package because I didn't have a mask on. He just drove off. And then I threw a huge temper tantrum in front of my house, like an angry.
Did your rating go down?
He had to cancel me.
Right? Oh, he canceled.
And by the way, it wasn't mine. It was Andres's.
Oh, good.
Cancel.
He has a 1-star.
That's good.
He already has a bad rating.
So you canceled and had to call another one?
Yeah, and then I made him cancel it because I don't want to get dinged for it.
Yep.
And so here's the problem: is that like businesses are trying to protect themselves from any liability, and so I've seen so many videos all over the country, particularly Karens, that are fighting about wearing a mask, fighting about not wanting to wear a mask anywhere. So like places like Costco and grocery stores, which have probably the busiest. And here's the thing. It's not just about you. If you don't want to wear a mask, when you leave Costco or you leave the restaurant or wherever you're going, take it off, throw it, lick a pole, lick a doorknob. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
But out of respect for the people around you, you need to wear a mask. And if you don't, they're gonna make it a law, and then you're gonna be really pissed off that you didn't wear a mask. It's so easy. It's just out of human decency. I saw this woman that my wife follows posted. Their kid went to like some birthday party or some school event or whatever. They wanted kids to interact, so they all had to wear masks. And the woman posted, this is the only time my son will ever wear a mask.
Who was it? You can bleep it out.
I don't even know. I don't know who they are.
Let's just throw a name out there.
I don't know. Karen?
Sure. Fuck you, Karen.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't get the arrogance of if you're going to a market, you're going to a place, a Costco, that you're that arrogant that you won't wear a mask.
So here's what I think about those people. I think those people should also not wear seatbelts.
They should drink and drive.
Drink and drive.
Well,
no, because I don't want to kill other people.
Yeah. Smoke cigarettes, though.
Yeah, smoke cigarettes
cigarettes.
and never wear a seatbelt. Because to me, seatbelt and mask is a very similar thought process.
But don't you think that's what happens when these things become political? Don't you think they're like more taking a stand for their side of the argument, not actually objectively looking
That's
at it?
why I want to just sell USA flag masks and say, you're not a patriot if you don't wear the mask.
You aren't a patriot if you don't wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But it's not framed that way, so people don't care.
I don't care if every 24-year-old is going to be healthy as shit. If you're asymptomatic carrying diseases, you're going to affect someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are so stupid. The thing that blows me away the most about this thing is that there's not like, hey, it's a fucking global pandemic. Here's the facts as we have them. Masks prevent X amount of, you should wear them.
And how criminal is it that we had the World Health Organization and other doctors in February saying masks will not prevent this?
Yeah.
How insane is that? That was 3 months ago.
Yeah, there was a clip going around of Fauci on 60 Minutes saying, don't wear masks, don't help.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. It's just
Even
so
if the mask
stupid.
reduces it.
No, the numbers are like staggering.
Yeah.
If we all wear masks, the number of fewer cases that would have happened if we're all wearing masks in March and February, sure, that wasn't going to happen because no one understood the seriousness of this. But we know now.
But if the main place this gets transmitted is droplets, and you can spread it even if you don't have symptoms, it seems so clear.
I have no problem if you in your inner circle want to go hang out and don't wear masks.
Yeah.
But if you're going to a public place with people that you don't know,
Yeah.
wear goddamn masks.
Yeah. We're just crazy.
You have to.
We're fucking idiots. When you look at look, I don't want to live in like a dictatorship, but like when you look at how some other countries, and it was just seemed like, hey, there's a crisis here. We all need to do this. Let's do it. We're not getting drafted into war. We don't have to do shit.
All you gotta do is wear a goddamn mask.
Stay home and wear a fucking $2
And
mask.
like,
You can't do it.
You don't
My
even
body.
need to pay the $2. You can just cut up an old shirt and tie it around your fucking face.
And by the way, what people don't understand is that this is not an American crisis. This is a global crisis. It's not a political thing. It's just for the safety of other people. Just out of respect, I get it. You don't care. You think this is a hoax. It's fine.
So even
wear a hoax.
in our walks, I won't wear a mask until I see someone within 10 feet. Then I put a mask on out of respect, because obviously it's not comfortable in the heat to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Just basic respect.
Yeah. I see someone, I'm like, cool, mask.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
I see
talking
that
about-
everyone's respecting that in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Do you guys see they tried to boycott Costco because of that? Costco had
Let me
like a
tell you
policy.
something. Karens are not boycotting Costco. Costco could be bought by a Chinese company, and it's called now Wuhan's, and Costco would be
Yeah.
taxed.
It's called the wet market.
Yeah. If Alibaba bought it and call it Costco Wet Market, there would be a line out the door.
Karens.
Twice as long as it is now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of China, how about the fact that I don't believe this, most Americans are, not most, I think 40%, significant amount of Americans are saying that made in China on their products is now a turnoff. They wouldn't buy it. I don't think they even know that.
Yeah, burn your wardrobe.
Yeah, burn literally everything.
Start over. Because
Everything but your car, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, this is my thought process on it. There's two ways to look at this. I definitely think there's an anti-China moment, but 40% of Americans said they won't buy products from China. 22% said they won't buy from India, and 17% say no Mexico, and 12% who boycott goods from Europe. So I think there's a...
Why India?
No
What?
India, Europe, or
Yeah, what's India have to do with literally anything?
They just don't like
brown
those
people, we
darkies.
smell.
Those darkies.
So this has nothing to do with the virus. This
Yeah.
is just like, oh, by the way, everyone's racist.
By the way,
also.
we don't want China or those towel heads.
Oh my God. I bet these numbers were the same 3 months ago.
Yeah, so I think I do think there's going to be a sentiment about made in America. Here's the reality. There are certain items that will never be made in America. Like that phone you are listening to this podcast on right now can't be made in this country. They could fool you and assemble parts of it and say assembled in America,
Yep.
but we don't have the technology to make the phone you are listening to this podcast in. We just don't. We haven't invested
Think about these stats. Chinese pharmaceutical firms captured 97% of the U.S. market for antibiotics, 90% of vitamin C, 95% of ibuprofen.
So
Great. So go ahead. Don't take any of it.
And guess who's covering up the made in China hustle? The FDA. So I've been doing a lot of research on. So I went through my medicine cabinet and I started looking at what products are made in the USA. You know what? Very, very little. Like I looked at Neosporin. It's distributed by some New Jersey company, whoever the parent co is. That doesn't mean it's made in USA. What's happening is the gel of Neosporin could be made in a foreign country, brought to America, and then assembled in. They then inject the tubes and then distribute it to pharmaceutical companies or to drugstores. And this is what's really happening across a lot of categories. You can go look at your medicine cabinet. To me, that's the opportunity. If American pharmaceutical companies want to win this game, I think most Americans would be comfortable with a marginal increase in price if all the pharmaceuticals are made in America. There are certain things like you want like a dope poly cotton jacket. It ain't happening. I've tried. It's too expensive.
I've tried.
It has to be made in, you want jeans at a reasonable price? Can't happen. It has to be made in China or the brown places. But it's a lot of these categories are just not possible. Electronics is not. We don't even have the ecosystem to make this stuff. Pharmaceuticals, to me, I think people would be mortified when they found out most things that you put into your body from a drugstore are from
a
China.
wet market.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying people are so dumb.
Yeah.
Like they're like, No, I wouldn't buy anything from China.
Yeah.
40%. I wouldn't buy
Yeah.
anything from China, India, blah, blah, blah. It's like you literally have nothing left.
Yeah. You could buy eagles.
You can buy
Like
bald
literally bald
eagles
eagles.
and shotguns. Do they even make guns here? Where do they make
I
guns?
mean, I bet you most of the parts are made somewhere
That'd be
else.
really good.
Oh my god.
But I'll tell you on a
I
market,
mean, I
marketing
watched
up,
War Dogs. Weren't the guns in Albania or something?
You're right. You're right.
but I do think there is an opportunity for companies. There are certain categories that you can effectively make in America. That is an opportunity. I think people who know you should go do your research on things that can be made in America cost efficiently. And there are plenty of things still that you can do. I think that's a huge marketing opportunity.
Doing a little investigative journalism now in your free time.
Well, yeah, I am. I work for 15 minutes.
You should have a show called 15 Minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes
Yeah.
long
It's a D.
investigation.
With D. Walters. Yep. And every episode, you only research for 15
Yeah.
minutes.
After 15
Here's what
minutes,
I know.
I'm like, I don't know what else. I don't know where
I'll
the
give
tubes
you
are
the
made.
most superficial takes.
We're all fucked.
Okay, well, how about this? Colleges.
Wait,
So-
really, really funny.
Yeah.
I have this app called Citizen. I don't know if you guys have ever
It's
seen
horrendous.
it. So I just downloaded it right
Is
in
it like a
quarantine.
next door?
Yeah, it just
It just lets
Tells
you
you
know that you
everything.
live in Baghdad.
okay. Nearby incident. I just got pinged for my neighborhood. This is on Santa Monica Boulevard, though, so a few blocks from me. Report of man swinging sword.
Great. You get notifications? Dude, what kind of
Sick.
anxiety are you trying to get? Yesterday, there was a, downtown, you heard about that like explosion or whatever?
Yeah.
So I could see the smoke from my balcony and I opened up Citizen and like just trying to get from my house to downtown, there was like man slashed in face. Like young baby
What was that explosion?
stolen.
Someone asked me. I didn't even had no clue.
It was a, like a butane
Got it.
place. It was like one of those, I forget the street, but around downtown, those,
Was it Little Tokyo?
1 or 2 story, like, there's all those businesses.
You don't want an
and,
Asian.
yeah, and there was a fire, and apparently some paramedics firemen got messed up. I don't think anyone died, but they went in to like try to find out where the fire was coming from, and like the building exploded.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When I watched it last night, they didn't know what would cause that big of an explosion, but
It's insane. If you ever want to if you don't want to watch a horror film, just download the Citizen app.
But
and
is
just scare yourself.
Citizen?
I'm doing it
'cause
right now.
I know Nextdoor has like a racism problem. Does Citizen have a racism problem?
good question.
I mean,
I
this
don't
is
read the comments. There's
yeah.
comments.
Like topless person throwing bottle at vehicles an hour ago.
Pete's here.
Yeah,
What did you say?
this was on your way here or what? Yeah, I just cannot believe. I can't believe
Okay.
when you look at that app. It's crazy that you don't drive down the street and just see people like slashing everywhere.
Yeah.
Slashing is really popular. Okay, colleges. So colleges have been a hot topic during this whole quarantine, lockdown, Corona thing. Not only because most of them, it seems like, are trying to charge full tuition while people are, zooming into their classes, blah, blah, blah. What do you think? I mean, what's the long-term impact here? Are some colleges dead? Are colleges like the restaurants of education? What's going on?
Yeah, I think we've been talking about this for the whole time, and like I said, I think the second and third tier colleges will suffer the most. I think a lot of public colleges will also suffer. So one of the things that a lot of people are encouraging students who don't feel like they're getting their money's worth through online learning is to take a gap year. And the gap year is like take a year off. And so there was a student that apparently applied for a gap year in Georgetown, and Georgetown said that not wanting to take online classes is not a suitable answer for a gap year. So this is going to become this real fight amongst schools and students because there is a percentage of the population that just doesn't want to go back in the current environment. I mean, like, if you're financially sound from I'm trying to think of different perspectives. There's people that take loans out and are kind of mortgaging their family's future for them to go to college. Do you really want to pay that kind of money for a Zoom experience? Or if you have money, do you want to go pay for it's essentially a 4-year summer camp. So like, wouldn't you want to go to wait till the summer camp reopens?
Yeah, so the second and third tier colleges that you're talking about rely so much on state funding, and states are all
Broke.
virtually bankrupt.
Yeah.
And with the stimulus checks we're giving out to people, with having to fund small businesses and shortfalls and everything, we're just going to print money endlessly and someone's getting screwed. So it makes sense that the Cal State system, all these colleges just don't get funded. Then professors can't get paid. And tuition, think about it, gap year is probably going to be at a record number this year. Yeah. Right? Across even the elite schools, Harvard, Stanford, the Ivies, and those kids don't pay tuition. That's catastrophic.
Yeah. And we forget on the institution, the college institution level, how many students are foreign.
Oh, yeah. And that's the biggest moneymaker. So at SC, which has the most number of foreign students of any university in the U.S., intentionally, because it's a profit center.
Yeah.
They have the most?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. Because they charge more tuition, there's no financial aid.
Yeah.
So that's just free cash to the university.
Don't you think even dropouts will be at a record number?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, if it weren't for the actual experience of being on campus and living there, that's 70%, 90%, 100, 95?
I would say it's 90 plus %.
Yeah.
Why to go to college? Or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
That's where I learned so many different, just being an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what it really is. It's a summer camp to go become an adult. And that's why I think my idea of charging people $10,000 and you get to be next to a gay person, an Asian person, a black person.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
That's your best idea since the jewel rehab.
Yeah.
If you had literally...
you're a wealthy family, you want your kid to experience,
like a gang member, a gay person,
Yeah.
So you have to worry about getting beat up. You have to worry about
being politically correct. Because I think the other interesting thing about the college dynamic that I was just talking to one of our high school friends about was how the NCAA is also going to have serious issues. So all these smaller colleges who rely on ticket sales and merch and all this stuff, they're not going to have funding for sports.
Oh, for example, SC, I think the football program generates 90% of the revenue that funds all the other sports.
Yeah.
And if there's no fans in the seats, how are you going to fund the soccer team, the baseball team?
Yeah. Water polo.
Swimming, water polo.
Yeah. And I think
track.
And that's USC, who actually has a large endowment and that could probably stomach 2 years of decreased revenue. These small colleges that have these small sports programs, they're all going to have to shut down.
Oh, yeah, they're done. And think about, you trickle it down to youth sports.
Yeah.
Everything.
But isn't that where across the board, the talk of this thing just wildly increasing the pay gap, income gap, whatever you want to call it, wealth gap? If that's going to happen at colleges, businesses, all the biggest of the big are getting bailed out or have money or whatever. All the mid-level, everyone, and low-level are just getting smoked.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a real challenge to see. I'm really curious in the fall. So Cal State program, which is 23 universities in California, public universities that the state funds, announced a week ago that they were going to cancel in-person fall classes. Mm-hmm. The chancellor also said, though, come August, we may be looking at some resemblance of a normal school year. I think you could probably get away with, in my opinion, reopening classes. The real problem is the freaking dorms. So, dorms are vomit disgusting.
So disgusting.
We used to wear sandals to take a shower.
Yeah.
Because it was disgusting.
And think about, I remember, what's the disease in college? At least one person died a year.
Chlamydia?
No.
Mono?
That's what I got.
The weird bacterial?
Yeah, the weird bacterial.
Meningitis.
Meningitis.
Yeah.
Every year, one person a year in a freshman class would die of meningitis at SC.
Really?
Yeah.
What's meningitis? It's
it's a bacterial. I think it kills you. You're just fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I think that's where, to me, where colleges are going to struggle to reopen is going to be student housing. Because, students do not
disgusting. If you thought Taylor's Instagram was disgusting this past weekend,
the dorm.
I don't know.
The dorm was just the craziest. I would just get so drunk, vomit in like
Oh,
the sink,
yeah.
and just go on with my day. I wouldn't even clean it up.
Yeah.
Like whatever, who cares?
Oh
People
my
are just
gosh.
it's just disgusting.
It's the worst of the worst.
Okay.
And they're like 900 years old.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
exactly.
have, like, very rarely do you get, like,
That's
an
also
updated
why I
dorm room.
feel like part of it we're just gonna have to like herd immunity it because people aren't. I also think people are just scumbags and they're not gonna stop. Like people aren't gonna just become clean. 22-year-old D, no, 20-year-old D isn't just gonna think, you know what, I shouldn't vomit in this sink. It's
No.
not
I mean-
hygienic.
No.
If you've ever been to a frat house, it's the most disgusting.
Oh,
thing.
those
On
might
the-
be
Forget
worse.
the dorms.
They
Yeah.
might have to
Bad.
burn frats to the ground. Because
They did that on the campus once.
They just have to.
They had to destroy
It's
it.
just like they're so dirty.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
One burned down when I was at SC.
I mean, probably intentionally.
It's probably for the best.
Okay.
You know who did announce that they're reopening classes fully come fall?
Who?
Who?
University of Wisconsin-Madison, baby.
Wow. Fully.
The SEC, the Midwest, it's fully
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, Alabama,
Football's being
LSU.
played.
Yeah.
Alabama and LSU
roll
play
back,
every
baby.
week if they have to.
Yeah.
They're playing
Game
their
days are
goddamn
back
football.
like they never
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
And last thing on colleges, USC has maintained they will increase tuition by 3.5%.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah,
fucking
that's
crazy.
unbelievable.
the balls.
Yeah.
Why would they even let that come out? Why?
It's too
Why?
big to fail, man.
That's, like,
It's
so stupid.
You see
It's-
all the too big to fails.
Yeah. USC's a joke.
Like I literally feel like this is partially like the banking crisis in every industry, and like
Yeah.
who's too big to fail, who's going to get smoked.
Yeah.
Okay, complete topic jump. Speaking of getting smoked, did you guys talk about this Alan Grubman thing?
No, not yet.
Okay, so Alan Grubman is a celebrity lawyer,
Very powerful guy.
very very powerful guy. Seems like he's worked with a little bit of everyone and has personal information on just about everyone that you know.
Yep.
He got hacked
Yep.
by a group called Revel.
Looks like,
Revel?
yeah, it looks like Revel.
Okay, so Revel hacked this guy, and so they're threatening. They have a ransom for, I think now it's been up to $42 million. They're threatening to release celebrities' information, and it just so happens that the next person on their list that they say that they are going to attack, that they have some very, very juicy information on, is the one and only celebrity in chief, Donald J. Trump.
Yes.
So this is pretty. I mean, this guy screwed a lot of people here.
This guy has, A-list clients. Your Lady Gagas, your big actors. You know,
Bruce
Drake, right?
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
The
Isn't
boss.
Drake even in there?
But has he released anything?
No, he has not released anything. He's a lawyer. He's not.
No, the hacker.
The hacker hasn't. Hacker first came in at a $2 million ransom. The law firm agreed. Then they changed it to $21 million. Now it's at $42 million.
Tell you what,
'Cause
for
they're
a
like, we
celebrity
have the-
attorney is a bad negotiator.
Yeah. So now, I mean, I don't know how rich this guy is, but 42.
It's a lot
42
of
is
money.
tough to swallow.
It's 42. But if I was him, I'd probably just go to all my clients and be like, Donald kicking 15, Lady Gaga kicking 2.
But the fear is he's going to release it anyways.
Yes. And so,
It blows my mind that this works in 2020.
yeah.
You can do this.
Yeah.
This is like robbing a bank
Yeah.
as an invisible person.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I don't know what these people were up to be so concerned besides just usual legal bullshit. Donald Trump should be concerned.
Yeah.
Because he's got skeletons everywhere.
What's Lady Gaga got?
There's random lawsuits.
Yeah, I stole a song. I did this. I did that.
Yeah.
Like,
The
I'm not
boss?
too
What's
worried
the
about
boss?
Lady
I mean,
Gaga.
I just wonder what, I mean, yeah, I guess Trump, any info is bad info, especially
Yeah.
leading up to an election.
Yeah, I mean, that to me, what it is, it could be, and this person could be nothing, but it's good content.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even be considering the 42
Yeah,
if that was nothing. You worked on some lawsuit.
I'm sure there's some shady shit. I mean, when you're this powerful a lawyer, you just get sucked into.
It's just crazy that you can do this. And
Yeah.
that, like, this guy is shouting out his name. Like, you can be so bold.
Yeah,
The internet is fucking sketchy.
yeah. I mean, this one I would keep an eye on. This one could really peel into like a Jeffrey Epstein type case where we just start seeing, because of who his clients are.
But I mean, outside of Jeffrey Epstein, there hasn't been fallout since then. Who else has gone down? All these powerful people were seen with him. There's
Well, they
private jet
killed the guy.
logs.
Yeah.
Dead man don't talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but where the fuck is Ghislaine or whatever her name
Because it's
is?
in everyone's best interest
Yeah.
to shut up.
That's why, like, when these
Ghislaine.
things come out, I just like question, because if all the powerful people are involved, it's like, okay, let's all this.
But this
Stick
is what's
together.
crazy is the lady that was with him on everything, literally a female Jeffrey Epstein, is still free.
Yeah.
It's like if Jeffrey Epstein was just free right now and everyone slowly kind of forgot.
Yeah. Well, it's in everyone's best interest to
Did you see
Keep
Netflix
the party
has
going.
a documentary
I
coming?
saw that.
wow.
Yeah.
When's it out?
I don't know, but it looked soon. They just released the trailer.
What is it?
Filthy Rich, I
On
think is what
Jeffrey
it's called or
Epstein.
something.
Do you think there's gonna be anything new, or just synthesizing all those shit?
It's
It
just-
seemed to me like kind of like that podcast. Did you guys listen to that podcast? It was
Loved
so
it.
good.
True crime? No, what was it?
One of those.
Yeah.
It was a series
On
podcast, but
Jeffrey.
it seems kind of like that, but in video.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's just walking free.
Yeah.
So maybe Reville will disclose some stuff.
I'm curious.
Maybe there's some settlements between Donald and some 14-year-olds.
Jesus.
Just saying. Just saying.
That's hot stuff.
Hey. Okay. What about... Oh, we have this article that says what we could have done to stop this whole thing by July 4th.
Yep.
So is this just like Monday morning quarterback?
No, it's really saying what the Washington Post is kind of, someone that wrote for the Washington Post is really how envisioning how taking some stuff from Korea, taking some things from China and saying what could work in America. And I think the most interesting part about it is, besides obviously the testing and the contact tracing, which everyone is suggesting, is break up the country into 3 zones, which is a green zone, yellow zone, and a red zone, with the idea that everyone should move to a green zone, which is some sort of infection level per capita, and that green zone cities can operate completely freely, and yellow and red zones need to be more, tight on how they operate. So like even in a given state, there could be green zones, yellow zones, and red zones. And I think that is probably a more thoughtful approach to what we're doing, because right now it's just like everyone has to stay at home. And that's what's pissing people off, is that it's not like a real strategy, except we don't know what to do. So it's easier just everyone stays home. This is an actual really interesting take on it. And I'll share the article on my Instagram so people can read it. But it's just like, it's a more thoughtful way of testing, more thoughtful way of reopening that I think needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I know everyone keeps saying we have to increase testing dramatically, but the only way is if you test every single day.
Yeah.
Because the moment you leave your house, your apartment, wherever you live, you're now exposed.
Yeah.
And you won't know, even if you tested negative at 8 a.m. on Monday morning, whether you contracted it by Tuesday. This is why the White House, everyone is tested every single day.
Yeah.
If you come near the president, you come into the White House, you're tested. And if you test positive, you're out.
Yeah.
That's the only way. So like increasing testing, sure, but if you're not increasing testing to the point where we either have like a quick prick test or something that, boom, 8 a.m.
Okay, so with that being said, we can get there. But I think what this article is stating, which is interesting, is that we don't need that everywhere right now. You know where we need that? New York City.
Sure.
New York City should
Test every day.
test every single day, every single person. Then they can go back to normal. There's clearly in places like Arizona where we're not hearing a lot of noise, they could probably just resume, and let's not put any money or resources into daily testing yet there.
Yeah.
And let's just focus on the hot spots, because maybe you get it under control. And the reality is not everyone gets infected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not realistic to test the entire country every single day. So let's
Or you
just
just randomly test. And then you have like randomized data sets.
But we're so too late. It's like you already got Pete playing beer pong. You got Scottsdale clubs taking reservations.
Yeah.
It's over.
You know what time it is.
Oh boy.
We are back to the best part of the entire show. Drama didn't even give me a throw of the episode, but lucky for him, we're just going to insert this.
You just
and this is
interrupted,
just going
huh?
to sound natural.
I was just flowing from one
Right.
thing to the next, and
And
here's
then,
Pete.
bam!
Bam! We got to make some money.
There I am, here to make us some money.
Okay.
Guys, today we're talking about Buffy, the cooling comforter that I can't get enough of.
Well, now it's hot, so it's
Well-
nice to have a cooling comforter.
You what?
now it's hot, so it's nice to have a cooling
exactly. Right. And we even have one at the office here. I have one in my house, so I can nap everywhere coolly.
comforter.
I don't even have to work anymore. But the really funny part is we had a contest to figure out whose promo code could get used more. Anand's not here because
Christopher Drama Pfaff.
no, we're tied.
Whoa.
Who's
We're
tied?
tied.
Me and D?
Yes.
Oh,
That's why we
shit.
made Anand leave.
Okay.
Oh, because Anand is falling behind.
Right. He's so far behind, it's pointless for him to even be a part of this.
Yeah, he's not he doesn't sell product well, you know?
All right,
He
come
really
on.
doesn't.
Come on, you cheap Indians. Support me.
I mean,
All of a sudden, D just skyrockets there, like for the
Listen.
Indian culture.
white people out there, you know, if you're sick of, the foreigners taking all of our jobs and our promo codes,
This is how we're going to shut them
yeah,
off.
we need to shut them up and tell them whose country it is.
Okay, Indians. One of the co-founders is Indian. We gotta support the guy. 22% of you people can't even stomach this guy owning the company.
That's true. You know what? I don't know about you white people. I'm sick of all this foreign entrepreneurship. Is the other founder white?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
Okay, well, either way, head over to
We just made this a race
buffy.co.
war. We just turned it promo codes.
Jesus. Head over to buffy.co. Use the promo code either
Oh my
drama
God.
or D. We're still competing to see who can get the most redemptions.
Yeah, you make your decision.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we'll have an eventual winner. For $20 off, use their code over at buffy.co. Guys, cool inside and out. The super soft 100% Cliptis, shell, and fill keep you comfy without overheating.
Wow, that was real professional, that ending.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah, okay.
Some say I'm a pro. Well, I'm a pro at this point.
Yeah, it's true. You technically get paid to do it, so you're a pro.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, go ahead and type in drama and get yourself a Buffy, and we'll celebrate the win together. I'll do an IG Live
Oh, wow.
celebrating our win.
Big promises, D.
IG Live?
No.
I'll do an IG Live sleeping
Nice.
in my comforter.
That's pretty good.
Your wife's going to be like, go sleep on the couch. Okay, guys.
Good.
Let's get back into the episode, shall
There it
we?
is. Let's get back into the episode. Thank you, Pete.
So we got some information from a restaurant in Arizona that they weren't super thrilled with the early bookings, but my comment to that is that was just because it's the first week.
Yeah.
Wait till week 2 or 3. It's gonna
Yeah.
slam.
Yeah.
All you got to do is see someone else go.
Post, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like anything else. Like if
Yeah.
there's like, hey, we're going to jump into this lake. You just got to see one other person do it successfully.
The
and
best
then you're in.
example was the toilet paper hoarding. You saw on
Yeah.
Instagram one person do it, then you're like, holy shit, I need to go get toilet paper. This is what's going to happen with restaurants. As soon as
Yeah.
you see someone in your neighborhood go to one of your favorite restaurants, you're like, fuck it.
Oh,
It's like,
you get
do you
FOMO
know-
on Instagram story. You see one group of friends out having the time of their life. You're like, hey, I'm in.
Do you know how many people in Taylor's friend group were probably inspired to host house parties after seeing his Instagram?
He's an
post?
inspiration.
Wait
He's-
till-
Oh, next weekend's
It's a
about to be
holiday
in
weekend.
fucking
Yeah.
insane. Next
Taylor's
weekend, the
friend-
entire United States
Taylor's
is back.
friend
Yeah.
is Rosa Parks for house parties.
Okay, Jesus. Hey, you're stretching the white card a little bit.
That's actually probably a statement that a white guy would make.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm the
Somebody-
Rosa Parks
Of house party. Yeah, you're right.
Somebody like tried to compare, who is it? Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind.
Oh, no, I saw that. What was that? It was a white dude that said, we're like Rosa Parks.
No. They were trying to say like Anne Frank stayed in the house for like 3,000 days or whatever she did when you can't even stay in the house for a pandemic for like a couple months.
There was a
I was like,
guy-
are you really going to compare the Holocaust to like
Yeah.
it's like slight pandemic?
There was a guy who legitimately, I think it was he compared the marchers who were saying,
Yeah.
let us back out.
I feel like it was Stephen Miller, one of those guys.
Yeah, they compared them to Rosa Parks.
People are
Stephen
wild.
Miller of all people.
Yeah.
That piece of shit.
Well, I really do think you're right. Next weekend will be the test. It's
Yeah.
a long weekend.
I mean,
It's gonna be
everybody's
nice
going to
as
be
shit.
together with people.
Yeah, next weekend everyone's going to be with their friends,
Barbecues.
with their family. Yeah.
it's me popping.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's a great weekend.
But just give me I have not heard one thing saying cases have spiked in places where they've slowly opened back up.
So here's the one. They are showing more people testing positive, which I think is the wrong information to only share. You need to share what are happening to those people.
I want to see hospitalization.
Yes, that's what I think the data, because if more people are testing positive, but they're just going on with their life,
Or
I
just
don't think
more people are testing. That's
Yeah.
the thing that sucks is we've said this,
Yeah.
but every day people are just getting more access to tests.
And I honestly think older people, similar to younger people, are going to be the first ones to be out and about. Because if you're
Yeah.
older, you're like, I'm not living the rest of my life like this.
Yeah. They do have that mentality.
Like I know our parents want to see their grandkids.
Yeah.
And they're like, when we see them, they're a little looser than we are. And I'm like, guys.
Yeah, my mom and dad are pushing it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we stopped by, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's almost like they're, like I'm the parent and they're the kids. And I know that they're kind of lying to me.
Yeah.
Like they're saying like, oh, we just stopped by real quick. And it's like, you were in there laughing and joking.
Yeah.
If you
Two
think-
margaritas in.
If you think about our parents, if they don't get to see their grandkids and see us, they're like, what are we doing in life?
Yeah.
My parents fully
You're
just
right.
said, fuck it, we're done with this. Like, they're just like, I want to go see the grandkids. I want to see everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care anymore.
Also, I
Exactly.
feel like
So-
when you get older, you don't have this sense of like time is unlimited.
Yeah.
Like for us, we're like, oh, you know what? Next summer we'll come.
yeah, what's the big deal?
Mykonos next summer.
Yeah, older
Yeah.
people are like, I don't know how many summers. You know, what if I only have 5 summers?
Yeah,
You know, like,
and this one's gone.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
chance.
I get it.
Get back
I'm
on
not.
our Carnival cruise.
I'm not against.
the buffet.
I'm not against people going on with their life, except when you're in a public space. Respect other people's wishes. That's all. Go on, if you want to go and you got inspired by Taylor's raucous house party. Go through your own one.
Taylor, you stepped out, but they called you Rosa Parks when you.
We said you guys are the Rosa Parks of house parties.
Yeah.
For next weekend.
I mean, it was for last weekend.
No, but he's saying that when there's all the house parties next weekend, it's because you guys were trailblazers.
You guys
Oh,
are
yeah.
trailblazers.
We're protecting our freedom to party.
I mean, all your friends are gonna be like, "Yo, where are we going?"
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. It was so much fun. Like,
and it's probably like an average party compared to what
it
you would
was
have.
it was like literally 10 or 15 of our high school friends. Like normally we'll go out to a club or something after or go somewhere after. We just stayed at a house with like 10 or 15 of us. It was the best time ever.
That's
It almost
crazy.
feels
But
like
the
so much fun.
expectations of what fun is have completely. The bar is so low now.
Like I went to my
Yeah,
friend's
yeah.
house and it was our kid, their kid. And all we did was like, I had 2 margaritas, hopped in the pool, had some Mexican food. And so my friend asked us in our group chat, how was it? I was like, best day of the year.
Yeah.
It's like when people like abstain from like sex or you know, like I'm not gonna drink for 6 months, and then like the
first drink.
littlest.
it's such a
interaction.
great experiment in human psychology.
Yeah.
Like you can reset your expectations for anything in life in
Yeah.
60 days.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yesterday really
It's true.
felt like Coachella.
Yeah.
In our 15-person
So
backyard.
Yeah.
It was the
anytime
best
you're
day
like
ever.
kind of struggling mentally,
Take
just
2 months
Just
out.
shut it all
lock out
down.
in 60 days and everything is gonna be fun.
Yeah, you're right.
I pre-gamed and was excited about going to sit on a lawn yesterday.
Yeah.
A grass lawn.
Yeah.
Not even a fun party.
I think there's going to be a doctor, like a new Dr. Phil, that's going to come on and said, who's going to preach the quarantine method. The quarantine method is, you lost your job, you know, your wife left you. Just sit in your house for 30 days. Don't do anything.
interact.
Don't do anything.
Don't
leave.
go to a restaurant.
Don't do anything.
Yeah.
And 30 days, go outside and you'll feel like it's the greatest thing.
It's the best depression cure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're so bad during it. Yesterday,
No,
I
because
went.
when you come out of it, anything is palatable.
Yeah, I went yesterday and drove to Encino
Yeah.
with my girlfriend. Got Benihana takeout and ate it in the car in the parking lot around the corner.
And you're happy.
And it tasted like the most amazing.
Why didn't you want to go back home and eat it?
Because I wanted it fresh.
We've been
fresh
eating in the
food.
car a lot too.
Got it,
Everything's
got it.
been Postmates. And so I did it at Katsuya the other day too, because it was the only way for sushi. Because everything's been Postmates for the last 2 months. So everything's just a little like, aged.
Yeah.
So like a nice fresh Benihana meal and a windows down drive to Encino felt like heaven.
Yeah.
So okay, quarantine method. We're all about it.
We should patent that. Write a book about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Do a podcast.
First page, just don't do anything for 30 days. Second page, enjoy.
Yeah.
It's 30 pages. Read 1 page a day.
if
There's
you get
nothing on
dumped,
there.
you're heartbroken, quarantine 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
quarantine method.
Okay. Another thing, did you see that our boy Obama, I mean, I personally like this. I spoke up last week about being frustrated with how Obama has handled his post-presidency, but he's bashing Trump again.
Yep.
He did was this on his web? He did like a commencement sort of thing.
Yeah.
For the web for everyone, which is great. Big fan of that as well. And then he said that Trump thinks like a child and essentially flubbed this whole thing, which
Yeah, what he didn't actually mention his name directly. He just said our leaders, and obviously he's referencing the president and his staff. But yeah, I agree. I think looks like Obama's ready to go for this election. Gloves are off, and he's like, "Fuck it, let's just go for it."
And it looks like Trump's ready to go because he's accusing him of crimes and throwing him in jail every single day on Twitter.
Yeah.
He wrote Obamagate or whatever.
He keeps retweeting it himself.
And won't say what kind of it is.
It's reference to
Flynn and the Russian investigation that they covered up and that he belongs in jail. Then he has the Russian trolls back it up. And so Mitch McConnell, our highest integrity politician, said Obama was, what did he say? About him speaking about Trump?
Yeah.
Like, tell him, shut up.
Yeah.
You don't talk about president. But what about a current president accusing a former president of crimes and throwing him in jail? Mitch, speak up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mitch. Where you at?
Obama didn't say he's going to throw George Bush in jail for war crimes,
Yeah.
which he
could've.
committed.
Yeah, he lied to Congress.
Oh, man.
So,
Oh,
And,
this is the
and if
thing.
you look at Trump's Twitter feed, man, this dude's losing it.
yeah.
Did you see the meme? He recreated the Independence Day
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
And put his face.
Yeah.
And had like Tucker Carlson in the crowd, Ted Cruz.
Yeah. And then the president from it said, I forgot exactly what, I don't want to butcher his words. He pretty much said, these are my words and can be only said by me. Just be like, yo, don't be taking my speech, homie.
Yeah. Oh, he tweeted that.
Yeah.
I just cannot wait for the book or the documentary because can you imagine what it looks like in the White House every day right now?
Oh, God.
It has to be insane.
It's insane. And like,
Okay, well, we'll see. I have a feeling we have 4 more years. So it might be a little longer until we get that book. Okay, and let's maybe these hackers release some good info. Okay, how about this? Did you see that in South Korea, there is, there's always one thing, no matter how safe you are, there's always one thing that can make you say, we can relax the rules for this one.
yeah.
In South Korea, that looks like it is Chanel.
Yep.
Big lines.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, is worried about a price hike.
Yes.
So they're getting there nice and early.
Yep.
Lining up. I mean, it looked like they had masks and stuff on, but no distance.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? You got to get your bag. So I
God
understand.
forbid the boy bag goes up in price. The Chanel boy bag is going up in price in Korea. It could, so apparently in France, it has gone up somewhere between 5 and 17%, which reflected a rise in some raw material prices. Let's just assume that's real. I don't really necessarily believe that. I'm sure there's a temporary supply chain disruption that causes increase in costs. I think a brand like Chanel is so confident in their product and their fan base. They're like, you know what? Global recession, global pandemic, fuck you. We're going to raise prices and we're going to tell you. And guess what? You're going to go wait in line with 100 other people to get it before the price hike. I mean, this could be one of the greatest brands of all time. This is insane.
Yeah. And I mean, a 10 to 17% hike is a huge nominal.
On a $5,000 bag.
It's a lot of money.
I mean, talk about just spitting in the face of everything going on in the world.
And people stand in line to get it.
Are they all raising their prices? Louis Vuitton? And
So it looks like Louis Vuitton is looking to raise prices. Chanel's looking. Gucci and Prada, not so much. Looks like they're ice cold.
So
Jeez.
which luxury house?
This is
So
how you find out.
all the names you said are gonna figure it out, but there's got to be some fallout in luxury.
Okay, sure. So I think it's going to be like Todd's, Mulberry's. Who's wearing that shit?
Yeah, the weak links will go.
The weak
Yeah.
brands will get
Yeah, Chanel, Louis will be fine.
all those brands that like Celine's not dropping prices. Okay,
Bottega's not.
no. Balenciaga, no reason to. Brand's on
Gosh.
fire still.
So it's like the mid-tier luxury.
Yeah, like I think it's like the luxury brands that didn't go and innovate or didn't evolve.
I'm just trying to think, when you think Rodeo Drive, who's toast?
St. John's.
Okay.
Yeah. Toast.
Like who's lining up at St. John's?
Yeah.
But then any of the brands that went and got like Chanel is so iconic and they kind of own the handbag market for their bags. Yeah. But like all those other brands went and got good creative directors, rejuvenated their brand, invested, Burberry, all these, it's just more the old sleepy brands.
Yeah,
like Bally's. Who wants to wear Bally's?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
It's a shitty hotel in Vegas.
I was going to say, what's a Bally?
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly.
All right. Well, good time to be luxury. It just blows my mind how much they are just unaffected by anything. Because we thought, we talked 2 months ago, luxury might get creamed here.
Yeah.
This could be really bad for luxury.
I think shitty brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was the one saying it. I thought people would be like, hey, non-essential, I guess.
I think the
I bet
luxury
you-
crowd, like the true luxury bulk crowd, is just untouchable.
Yeah, they're untouchable. And here's the other thing. I bet you if Chanel said, we'll inject you with Corona, but you get 5% off the boy bag,
Are you kidding?
everyone would go.
Instant.
Families would be like, who's our healthiest child? Marie, go stand in line.
I mean, essentially what all these
pick us
people,
up 2 bags.
Yeah. What all these people in line just did was said, I might get Corona, but I'll risk it just to get it at the regular price.
So it doesn't
Just because it might go up.
it might go up.
Gosh. They could have literally said, we'll inject you with Corona to get it at the current price before it goes up. That line would have been probably half as long.
Yeah, it would still be a line though.
Gosh. Okay. How about Clear, man? I'm a huge fan of Clear. Clear is the airport service. There's the TSA pre-check, and then there's Clear, and you can go through and they do background checks and all this stuff. You sign up for the service. When you go through the airport, you scan your fingerprints. They walk you straight to the front of security. You go right through. Everything's great. Incredible experience. Great service.
Great, I love it.
Big fan.
They even have it at Staples Center. So the last Laker
Really?
game I went to, just
With your same account?
same account,
just scan your fingers?
biometric, boom, scan your ticket, put your eyes in there.
Clear feels to me like if you could monetize like elitism.
Yeah.
Or monetize like just being better than other people.
Yeah, I mean, if you have TSA pre-check and Clear, you're a superior human being.
Imagine if you could clear at Ralph's.
Pete got to experience it on a bunch of flights.
It's pretty good.
It's good. It's a good life.
Imagine if you could clear everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Disneyland, Ralph's.
And that's their
I'm one of
mission.
them.
And
Yep.
so Clear came out of nowhere and said, we want to help with the pandemic. So thoughtful, Clear.
Thank you, Clear.
They want to help.
Their salespeople are aggressive at airports.
Oh my God, yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
It's like
Put your fingers there. Just put your fingers there.
yeah.
Put your fingers there. It's just 2 fingers, 5 minutes. Put your fingers there.
It's gonna be hard to get people to put their fingers all over the place.
That's one of the
It has to be
challenges.
eyes.
Yeah.
Especially, I used to be so grossed out by that too because they would say, "Oh, sometimes you need to put lotion on it," and then they're rubbing
Ugh.
lotion on your fingers.
That's all done.
What's
That's
funny
done.
is
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That has happened to me. They've done the lotion thing.
Yeah.
And I've never thought this is disgusting.
I would literally run to the bathroom. I'm like, ugh, this random person just lotioned me up.
I'm
right
disgusted.
before I get on a flight.
Yeah. And you just dipped your fingers into everyone else's lotiony hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
So they want to help with the pandemic so they don't actually have a real solution, but the idea is use biometric to help answer questions while entering a business, entering a facility. So, I mean, ideally, if you could do a biometric test that checks your temperature, at least that gets through it. But the general idea is good. I mean, ideally, you should put your fingers, you get a test,
Yeah.
and that's where we're heading. But this just opened up a massive opportunity for Clear, because the other thing could be this is how you contact trace also. It's like, oh, you have Corona, cool. You're walking into a building with 400 other people that have Corona.
Yeah.
And so what does that mean? I think they have the opportunity. Like this is a company that should go raise a shit ton of money and figure out how to do instant.
Yeah, but in theory, this all sounds great, but the people that are going to follow it are the bubble folks.
No, but if they just put in front of your building and everyone has to do it to enter.
But like the My Body, My Choice.
But we're not around those people. So who cares?
Okay, then that's... Okay.
Where are we around My Body, My Choice people?
Yeah, but I think he's talking about like real success, not just in our world.
Yeah, like to actually work in the country.
Like objective sort
the
of.
same people that were lining up at clubs in Arizona,
Okay,
you
but
tell them to fill out an app to go to Maya, they'll go to the next club.
okay, but the club but I'm saying in places like LA and New York City
Oh, yeah,
where
they're fine.
Clear is
Yeah, I
starting
think
to
it'll
be.
work. Yeah, the same people. It's like the wealth inequality is now going to be the health inequality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the same people that stay wealthy are going to stay healthy. And
Yeah.
That's true.
follow all these new protocols, and the people that
Yeah.
aren't.
You think in
are-
Clearwater they're doing clear?
Yeah.
No chance.
Unless it's a
you tell
shot.
someone in Florida download this app to go to the
Yeah.
beach.
Ugh.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck off.
They'll be the one swinging the sword at you.
Yeah.
You'll be on fucking Citizen app.
A lot of incidents. Clearwater is just filled with swords. These machines are just getting burned to the ground.
Yeah.
But I like. Look,
I like it. No, it's the right way, whether it's Corona, whether it's the next disease, whether it's the flu. You
Yeah.
can solve all these
Oh my God!
things.
If someone has the flu, they should not be allowed to enter the building. I'm okay with that.
No, yeah, never. Yeah. Okay. I'm down for Clear to be everywhere. And I'm down to pay different tiers of dollar amounts yearly to get quicker and better access to different things.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, they already entered it into stadiums across the country. They've tested it. Airports are seeing it. Businesses are going to have it. You're going to see stuff like Clear, if not Clear, in like a place like New York City. It's going to be at restaurants. It's going to be at the grocery store. It's going to be everywhere. This is the future.
There's just going to be like all the people, all the Black Mirror fans are going to be like,
well, yeah, this is the problem.
this is the Illuminati controlling us.
Yeah,
Bill Gates is behind this.
Bill Gates is behind Clear. He's going to track all your information so that he can get you to download Microsoft Excel. Yeah. Because he wants everyone to be really good at math.
He's really threatened by Google Sheets.
Yeah, Google Sheets is threatening the domination of Microsoft Excel and Xbox.
Oh my gosh. Okay, last news story of the day, and it's about Anand's favorite emerging company, Clubhouse. Anand was early in. Anand and Mark Zuckerberg, may have heard of him, were early in. They both took off. Mark went and made his own.
Yep.
But they just raised around. So am I reading this right? Andreessen Horowitz, who is obviously one of the greatest funds that exists, they won a sweepstakes to be able to back.
Essentially saying it was very competitive of a process. That
Like
Clubhouse,
even Andreessen Horowitz are like, yay, we won this.
we win the right to give, looks like 10 or 12 million, $12 million.
$10 million of primary, $2 million of the founders took off $2 million.
So 10 million of primary, 2 million of secondary. Secondary means you get to dump it in your pocket and blow it on whenever you want. At a $100 million valuation pre-launch, with the beta with maybe 1,000 folks.
5,000 users in the beta.
5,000.
So it's not even in the App Store.
Jesus Christ.
God.
Talk about a droplet, Taylor.
Out of here.
I don't know
all
if you
the
could hear,
beer
but
pong.
Taylor just sneezed.
You guys all got corona.
And he's in this like
God.
spot that we're all about to walk through and just
No, it's on my arm. Don't worry.
This guy droplet everywhere.
Oh, man.
he's like putting his mask on. Okay.
Right in the doorway, too. You don't get out of here without
I think we can just break the window.
So Clubhouse raised the money and it caused an uproar. I mean, it is ludicrous no matter how you look at it. It's a cool idea. Good for them for raising the money. Even better for them to prove nothing and put $2 million in their pocket. That to me is even more ludicrous. But it just shows the frenzy of the way the venture capital world works is that if you know how to target a group of people, you can raise money for anything. And this is the group of people you want to target. Interesting enough, Mark Andreessen sits on the board of Facebook, correct?
Yep.
Zuck was up in there. I'm curious to see, is this just a ploy for Zuck to just see all the data through his buddy Mark, just so that he can go do it? See, Zuck's like, here's the 10 million, Mark. What's it to me? It's, it's my security team. And now I get to see all the data that they're going to, or how they're going to build it out so that we can go and do it.
I don't think Mark cares. Andreessen gives a shit anymore. He's made enough money. He's made a few $1 billion.
But Zuck might control him.
Yeah, so I think the few things here, the one point you were alluding to is if you create demand and frenzy in the echo chamber of the VC world, you can drive up these valuations. Because the only people that were in the app were people in technology. It was every venture partner that you've ever heard of and everyone just in the tech bubble. They were the ones the app. This was like the least surprising thing when I heard that this round. I was like, of course this happened. Because if you saw the people who were in the app, it's every famous investor that you've ever heard of were the ones using it. So they find it interesting. They're like, if it's interesting to me, it must be interesting to everyone. So a couple of things. The product is awesome. It's great. The real thing that's going on here is how competitive growth stage investing has become. So for Andreessen Horowitz, if you just walk through the economics, I think their latest fund is $1 to $2 billion. Okay, so $10 million, $12 million check for them. That's literally nothing. The reason they don't give a shit what the valuation of this round is if they can't deploy hundreds of millions of dollars, then they're screwed. How are you able to do that? You give $12 million at some ridiculous valuation for Clubhouse. If Clubhouse is actually a thing that works, guess what? They're going to take the $100 million from them at a $300, $400 million valuation. You compound that, and if they have a multi-billion-dollar exit, it's a great outcome.
Yeah.
what's really happening is early stage investors have completely been blocked out of the process because an early stage investor can't invest at $100 million valuation. For Andreessen, Sequoia, Benchmark, it doesn't fucking matter, sadly. So while everyone's in uproar about the valuation because the numbers are so staggering, they don't understand the dynamics of how these guys are playing. They're playing in a different playing field. Sure, for someone like us that we're going to put 25, 50K, it would be fucking stupid to do that at $100 million valuation. But for Andreessen, it doesn't matter because it's binary. It's either a $10 billion company or it doesn't fucking matter.
I think what's interesting is so obviously I understand that part. I actually don't think it's going to, there's not enough there for me to believe yet that they can be a social media powerhouse, which is how they're positioning it.
Agreed.
We know the only social media that has broken through is TikTok.
And OnlyFans. I guess that's social media.
That's not a social media
facing platform.
Yeah, but that's completely different. But as a social media network, TikTok is the only one that has broken through. And they are armed with billions of fucking dollars and arguably some of the best engineering talent we've ever seen. So if you're going to, so in Andreessen's standpoint, they're committing to this idea, if it has some traction, would have to commit billions of dollars. Because otherwise this thing doesn't have a shot. Because we all know that Weasel up north is going to do it.
Well, he did it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like he's going to make it. He's going to popularize it. He's going to do it. So if you're going to go into this battle, it's interesting to me. I agree there needs to be an alternate use of a social network. There needs to be other options. It's just you need so much money to go against the behemoth of Facebook.
And I think for our benefit, what is very clear is there's going to be billions of dollars that is going to be invested in audio.
Yeah.
So whether it's podcasts, Clubhouse, the radio, everyone knows done. That's where everyone consumes audio. It's over. So all these alternative platforms, forget valuation. You can debate that. If you don't understand how Silicon Valley works, you'll never understand why this round got done. Because you're just hearing headline numbers.
I'm more interested in how they convinced them to get $2 million for doing nothing.
Well, so Benchmark apparently was giving them a term sheet at $50 million. A bunch of LA celebrity investors were giving them a term sheet at $200 million.
Yeah.
And they settled at $100 million with Andreessen Horowitz.
Because they got $2 million in their pocket.
Yeah. And I mean, Andreessen Horowitz, like, they have resources. Like the last 4 days since Andreessen led the round, Tiffany Haddish was in there, Kevin Hart was in there. Like, they're using their cultural clout because they're the only investment firm at scale that actually has personal relationships with celebrities, and they're all on the platform. MC Hammer was in last night. I mean, I don't care.
Who cares what MC Hammer has to say?
I love that that's in, like, Andreessen Horowitz. They're like, you can tell when they've got involved
because a bunch of black people are involved.
Right along to the cast.
It's so true. Like, the rooms are so funny now. They're dramatically different.
No Naval.
Nah.
No.
The cast of Jumanji.
The Rock's in there talking about his tequila.
It's so good. Damn it. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's at least fun to watch someone trying to go to battle on that playing field.
And props to the founders. Like, I think they created this app in February, and in 2 months they have had the beta out, and boom.
Yeah. See, that's a good testimonial for our quarantine book.
Yeah.
You know, look what these guys did during quarantine.
Yeah. The key thing to it is, if you're a good Facebook or Instagram advertiser, go build a lookalike audience of VCs and just target them your product. And if they buy it and they use it, you in that echo chamber can go open up stores, retail where they live, go open stores in Atherton, go open stores in
Russian Hill, Pack Heights.
And then in New York, in
Tribeca, Soho.
Yeah, just, wherever they are. What's that building? Yeah, on like 21st and Park. Flatiron. In that
where
area.
Google
Yeah, so
is.
like in all those areas, and you can get to these people so easily. It's so easy to get to these people.
Yeah.
Did the founder, was he really well connected, or?
Well, he did have some startups before.
He'd start. They were definitely in the mix.
Yeah.
Both founders, two founders, one Indian.
There you go.
Beautiful
Another win.
Indian guy.
Well, I'm not buying that product.
And he's a white guy. There's a white
22
Indian guy.
I'll buy half of that product.
22% of America won't use Clubhouse.
I am willing to use half of Clubhouse. Okay, that's what we got for news, squad. Do we have millennial word or no?
We got one.
Okay, what do we got?
The word is wig. W-I-G. Do we have any preliminary
Can
guesses?
I get a context, please?
I mean, he'll give it away when he does that.
Yeah, so just go. Let's go.
You gotta
for some
guess.
straight-
It's an
straight guesses.
abbreviation.
It's not an abbreviation.
Oh, it's its own.
Like you're wigging out?
It's a term. It's called wig. That's all you get. What do we got?
John Blanks.
A white person who thinks he's black.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
What did he say? Did he say him? Yeah, I don't got anything.
A fake hairpiece.
A cover up.
Nope. So let's just get an example. Katy Perry just followed me on Instagram, and then someone will respond, "Oh my God, wig."
So cool.
Wigging out.
What did I say, wigging out?
Excited?
So yeah, so you guys are kind of getting it. So it's like basically like you're shook. Like something crazy just happened that made you so shocked that your wig flew off. So in short, you just say wig.
God, I
Oh my
fucking
God.
hate
Well, all I'm
so-
getting about is young people is they can't even like just say shook.
Let me tell you something about
It
young
doesn't
Shook's
people.
need
not cool
letters?
anymore.
I'll tell
Shook's
you-
not cool.
I'll tell you
Shook's
something
done.
about young people.
You got to say something. Yeah, it's always young people. You got to find the next thing that no one really
I
understands.
really wigged when I saw Taylor's buddy fly over the beer pong table with shoulder first.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
wigged.
You wigged.
Can
You were
you
so
wig?
shook that your wig flew off.
Can you have wigged?
I don't know about the past tense. I just heard it as, oh my God, wig.
If Gen Z could add words to the dictionary this year, I have a feeling the majority of them would be different ways to say, oh my
Old
God, I'm
words.
shook.
Pretty much, because that's all you say now. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, so crazy.
You
Oh my
either
God.
can't
You guys
deal
are-
or you're shook.
Like, what's hip hop saying? You guys aren't in that world. I feel like we're getting these millennial worlds that are among white millennial and metropolitan cities.
true.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
even the
hood
hip
is
hop
different.
words are used by
Yeah,
white
the hood,
millennials
like
in metropolitan
Cap
cities.
is a good example. Cap is a good
He's
example.
not
of
saying
that.
that.
Yeah, he said.
We use cap once.
Cap was one of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other one.
So white people got capped to black community.
Yeah, they're over it.
Cap now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, once the white people start using it, they're just not cool anymore.
That's true.
Once I see Taylor using a word, I know it's over.
Once I use a word, it's a rap.
Okay.
You like that one?
Okay, well there it is.
All right,
wig.
we'll get some less white terms in the future. Less white millennial words for you
Please.
guys.
Yeah, we're
Let's
more part of the
diversify a
hip hop
bit.
culture. Okay, guys, there it is. So hit us up on the internet. Melrose Street Journal. That's where you subscribe to our newsletter. That's where you catch up on our articles. We know you're all working from home, and most of you are pretending like you're getting a lot of work done while you're actually not. So I would suggest spend that time browsing around on Melrose Street Journal. Hit us up on Instagram at Group Chat Pod. Make sure you check out Behind Closed Doors. You guys got one plan this week?
Oh, yeah. 2 a week. Every week.
Wow, you're committed.
Oh, yeah. There's no turning back.
Okay.
Pete and I did our first solo episode last week. It was pretty awesome. We talked about Pete's story of how he first got here. It started from you.
Oh,
Yeah. He started, you showed up and suggested people to follow. Said drama. And he said, oh, I remember that guy from that TV show.
well, I don't know
Check him
whether
out.
to say. I don't know whether to say you're welcome or I apologize. Okay, good. Well, let's keep it freaking going. I really like the show.
Quick birthday shout out.
Okay. Whose
Oh, yeah.
birthday?
Joseph Edmond. Happy birthday, guy.
Who is he? Can we know anything about him? Is this a guy?
Hey, guys. My friend Joseph Edmond, who turned me on to the pod, has a birthday today.
How old is he?
We didn't even get that much information. It's a happy belated because
Oh, happy belated. He
his
didn't.
friend forgot to mention earlier. So now we're helping her out.
Okay.
Happy belated.
Well, here's the good thing is he's out putting people onto the pod. So thank
Yeah.
you, Street
Shout
Teamer.
out you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
That's it, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday. Have a great week.